Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the Anarchy Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, representing unforgivable blackness from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 475 pounds. He is wrestling's most dangerous weapon, GETER! And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Greenville, South Carolina, weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the Anarchy Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the untouchable Jeremy Vane!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time here this week for the Anarchy Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Jonathan Feltner, the untouchable Jeremy Vane, already competed tonight in a tag team encounter where he's now one half of the #1 contenders to the tag team titles with Brody Chase. Now he has to go up against 475 pounds of GETER.
I'm telling you what, man, I would not want to be Jeremy Vane if he was a millionaire right now, because what he's got to stand up against after what he's been through tonight, I don't like his chances. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Well, we see the ribs of Jeremy Vane taped up. We know he's not in this encounter at 100%. What damage was done? You know, yes, we wrapped his ribs up, but we didn't have a chance to examine them. We don't know. He may have a cracked rib, a bruised rib. We don't know.
You pair that with how hungry GETER is for that Anarchy Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. He's had multiple opportunities at that title, but always seems to be getting the short end of the stick.
There's been circumstances that have led to, you know, the matches being changed. Just a hostile environment, he was supposed to have a shot at the championship, and then our main event turns into a six-man tag team encounter. Now he has the shot, and we've set it up here in the broadcast booth. As dangerous as GETER has been, he will be heavyweight champion someday. Is this week the night? Is tonight the night?
It's tonight the night. I don't know. The way the circumstances, it's like the stars are aligning in a way. You never know. But as hurt as Jeremy Vane is, as punished as he's been throughout the night, he still is a gamer. He will still fight. He won't quit. But the big question, too, is A, can Jeremy Vane prevail over the ribs? B, will GETER capitalize on the opportunity? And C, is Michael Judas watching this match? Because last week on the program, he became the #1 contender, defeating the Temptation Sean Tempers. Whoever gets through this match is going to be facing him at a later date.
Well, we talk about GETER going on the advantage. As you can see now, he's starting to take off that tape that's around the ribs, protecting the midsection as he starts taking shots at that now unprotected midsection of Jeremy Vane.
Oh, no. If you're a Jeremy Vane fan, ladies and gentlemen, whew, I feel for you.
A rear waist lock applied, that reverse bear hug.
That's what you talked about earlier in the program, the fact that a plethora of GETER's moves are bear hugs. They are things that will suck the life right out of you and put tremendous pressure on that torso and on that midsection, the very same places where Jeremy Vane had the Urban Assault Squad assault him, no pun intended, of course. Oh my gosh.
When Jeremy Vane was in the corner, I saw him trying to adjust that tape that's still around his ribs. He was trying to move it up, I think, to take the pressure off the midsection.
The thing that I just thought about is, what if the ref chooses to stop this match? Will that mean GETER's the champion?
It very well could. A referee stop, I think, is just as good as a pinfall or submission. That means that the champion can't continue.
Yeah. So either way it goes, if he stops the match, GETER's the champion. If he pins him, GETER's the champion.
Well, Jeremy Vane is probably at the only place he's safe right now, and that's out on the floor. He could take a count out. If he hits him with a chair or whatever, he could get disqualified.
And still keep the championship. But Jeremy Vane's not that kind of a champion. He's a fighting champion. He's proved that time and time again since he won the championship.
He's proving it here this week by competing in 2 contests. You know, he's fulfilling contractual obligations to be in 2 matches here this week. He knew that when he signed on for the #1 contenders tournament.
It's 475 pounds of pure monster just bracing down on the abdomen of Jeremy Vane, and you know that's got to feel like a car running over you, and I don't know how he even kicked out of that.
Well, you saw the pin. He had his hands over the shoulders of Jeremy Vane, but he had his knee driving into that midsection.
Oh, gosh.
Jonathan Feltner, if Jeter wins the championship, he's not going to be able to wear the title. The belt's not going to fit around his waist, is it?
No. There's no way. Unless they want to get the thing like custom fit.
I was going to say, I think they make extensions for the championship.
Oh,
God.
Just think about the possibility. If Jeter is victorious in this match, he will have to face the man who he sidelined.
Indeed he will.
As crazy as that is.
Submission applied by wrestling's most dangerous weapon, Jeter, as he's trying to make the heavyweight champion Jeremy Vane submit. He's just squeezing the energy out of him, trying to drain it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we've just been getting a few words talked to us by one of the officials here at Anarchy, Mr. Bill Barron. So if you heard a little bit of talking over, we apologize for that. Just dropping off some notes about some upcoming programming. We hope to have some of those announcements a little bit later on, perhaps. As we see Jeremy Vane making his way over to the corner, Jeter just talking smack at this point.
Basically just toying with him. It's like a tiger pawing at a mouse almost. He knows he's got Jeremy Vane in his crosshairs. He knows he's got him right where he wants him. And he might be closing in on his very first ever Anarchy Heavyweight Championship.
Well, these shots right now by the heavyweight champion are about all Jeremy Vane can do. He can't lift Jeter. Jeter's just too big.
He can't put his arms around Jeter. What's he going to do, kick him in the toe?
Well, you saw Jeremy Vane try holding onto the top rope to get the hold broken, but referee Dee Byers did not see it in time. Jeter was smart. He took him to the center of the ring. But even now in this position that they're in, referee Dee Byers is almost in the way of Jeremy Vane, because if Vane can get up over the shoulder of Jeter a little bit, he'd be able to grab that top rope again.
Exactly.
As you see the body of Jeremy Vane starting to go limp. You know, a submission here gets the championship. He's going to check the arm. Well, that's one. If he goes 2 more times, we will have a new champion here this week.
That's 2. 1 more. Will Jeremy Vane be able to fight out of this bear hug? He fought out of it.
Well, he hasn't fought, but he was able to keep it from dropping that 3rd time. You see, he almost put his head in the way to block it from dropping.
Imagine somebody as big as Jeter just absolutely putting every bit of weight they have around your waist and just squeezing.
You know, I'm a large man. You know, there's no denying. I'm a big guy. I feel small next to Jeter.
He's a scary individual.
He is just when he came into the ring and just
I seen you down there kind of looking a little bit scared.
I was ready to announce tonight's main event from the arena floor.
What a slap.
Well, it staggered Jeter,
I
but
kind of jarred him a little bit. That shows that there's still some fight left in the champion. He might have a quarter of a tank of gas left in there, but he's still got some gas left in the tank. He's not ready to give it up yet. Jeter going, oh man!
Woo. That may have been the smartest thing Jeremy Vane has ever done in his professional wrestling career, getting out of the way of a 475-pound charging train.
Dodging career suicide and following up with a very nice boot to the corner. Jeremy Vane trying to fight back. Shots to the face of Jeter in the corner. And he's biting him. I guess drastic times call for drastic measures, and Jeremy Vane's going to do whatever he has to do.
Illegal but effective, and now he's got that ace bandage. He's choking
him. He better, well, a disqualification keeps the title. That might be what he's thinking. That might be the only way he can win this match is walk out of this match with the title is if he gets disqualified.
Look at that. He's pulling so hard on it. It's ripping apart that bandage. Look at the scraps laying around the ring.
Looks like cobwebs in the ropes.
Dee Byers would have been well within his rights to disqualify Jeremy Vane, but he has opted not to.
Looks like he's biting him again. What's he doing? That's just gross.
That's flesh there on the canvas. You see that?
That is nasty. Oh man! Did you see the eyes of Jeter when he smacked him in the face?
The lights were on, but nobody's home right now.
Oh, vintage Vane in the corner.
I imagine Jeter doesn't want to go to school right now. He wants to stay home and bake cookies with Grandma.
VDT! Is that going to be? He can't capitalize because of the ribs.
Well, when he dropped down, the weight of Jeter came crashing onto Jeremy Vane, so he may have hurt himself. Yes, he got the VDT. It looked like he got all of it, but
that was about all he done.
The massive size of Jeter landed on top of him.
He's going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Jeter able to kick out. That might have taken more out of Vane than it did Jeter.
Well, that's not a light leg either to try to lift for the cover.
Not trying to lift the tree trunk.
Jeremy Vane trying to grab the ropes to help pull himself up, but he's in a dangerous position in the corner. You
got to think, what's your mindset whenever you're facing Jeter in the ring, knowing that your championship is on the line and you're already hurt?
Run.
Run, run, run. Run, Forrest. Vane going after him. Shot to the face. Another shot. Chop. Shot again. Vane trying to fight. And it just, every time he gets some kind of offense, Jeter, he's got a bear hug. Oh, my God.
That's the belly to belly. That has to be all.
That's got to be at 1, 2. Oh, Jeter's not done.
Now, Jeter, if you were watching earlier, B.J. Hancock was disqualified for this. You do not want to do this.
I think Jeter is making a statement right now. I think he's making a statement. He wants to prove to the Anarchy faithful that not only is he wants to be the champ, and that is a sight for sore eyes.
The belly to belly wasn't enough. I think he's going to go for the big splash.
Wow. This right here could not be. This might be career suicide for Jeremy Vane.
Well, I don't.
This is not good off the ropes. The splash. Oh my gosh! That is 1, 2, 3. That is it. We got a new Anarchy Wrestling heavyweight champion.
Here is your winner and new Anarchy Wrestling heavyweight champion, wrestling's most dangerous weapon, GETER!
Oh my God. New champion.
The big splash did him in. The belly-to-belly would have been enough, Jonathan.
Yes, he wanted to add injury to injury, and we've said it for weeks, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a matter of time before the Anarchy Heavyweight Championship came to Jeter. Tonight was the night. Jeremy Vane got a short end of the stick, drew the bad card, done everything that he could to keep that title, but in the end, it was not enough.
Jeremy Vane has not moved since being pinned.
And look who comes out to greet Jeter. The other 2/3 of Unforgivable Blackness. And look at, there's Brody Ray Chase coming out to the ring to check on his tag team partner. Him and Vane are still the #1 contenders to the tag team titles. He's got to check on the status of his partner.
Well, now when it comes time for that tag team championship match, Jeremy Vane will not go into it as the heavyweight champion.
The celebration continues as we crown a new Anarchy heavyweight champion in the form of a 475-pound monster simply known as wrestling's most dangerous weapon, Jeter.
We see the celebration going on in the ring. I said it almost from the start. If he had the opportunity, Jeter would become the heavyweight champion.
He got, whoa, uh-oh. What's going on? What in the world?
It's
lights out in the Church of Southern Wrestling.
I always get a little nervous when the
Brett,
lights go out.
I'm a little bit scared, man. I'm still new to this kind of stuff. You got to talk to me.
When the lights go out in this building, I get scared.
What is going on?
Wait, look over there. Look over at the thing. Look at. Get our cameras up there. Up in the stands is the Priest of Punishment, Michael Judas.
Oh my gosh.
The #1 contender for the heavyweight championship. Ladies and gentlemen, somewhere down the line, these
Ladies
two
and gentlemen,
superstars.
I have just been informed that at our next TV taping, Saturday night, August the 24th, for the Anarchy Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, it will be the new champion, wrestling most dangerous weapon, Jeter, going against the Priest of Punishment, Michael Judas.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know the Priest of Punishment. We see fans, the locker room is cleared out, trying to keep the Priest of Punishment away.
The collision course has been set.
And just
a short period of time, the Priest of Punishment could make this a very short reign for Jeter.
It's not only the title at stake, you have some serious bad blood between Jeter and the Priest of Punishment, Michael Judas.
Well, as Judas makes his exit, we have a new heavyweight champion, 475 pounds, wrestling's most dangerous weapon, Jeter. What a wild week it's been here at Anarchy. For my broadcast colleague, Jonathan Feltner, I'm Brett Wolverton saying we'll see you
so much
next week for more great Anarchy Wrestling.
Later.